श्रीवेङ्कटाचलाधीशं श्रियाध्यासितवक्षसं श्रितचेतनमन्दारं श्रीनिवासमहं भजे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै आत्मजायै। नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अपार करुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखराख्येन्द्रसरस्वतीं गुरुं श्रजे। शान्तं स्मितमुखं प्राज्ञं वत्सलं गुरुसेविनं सिद्धकार्यं गुरुं वन्दे श्रीजयेन्द्रसरस्वती। वेदवेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं सदाचारप्रवर्तकं वावन्द्ये धर्मनिष्ठं श्रीविजयेन्द्रसरस्वती। Friends, something we have taken a few episodes and tried to understand the nature and character of Sri Ramachandra from those incidences, and emphasizing the fact that to the extent we should emulate him, to the extent possible for us. I am very clear, much is not possible, but at the same time we should have the intention to emulate and try our best to emulate. What a little is also swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat is Gitacharya's statement. Today is also Janmashtami in one sense. Some people are celebrating today, and Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. The Jagadguru word is used first in the context and in the case of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He is the Jagadguru, and of course we have got Jagadguru Parampara later on. But I think it is very difficult to trace the Jagadguru Parampara before Krishna Avatar. Therefore, he is a Jagadguru, and what he told is, a little bit of attempt you do, that also will protect you from greater fears of life. Mahato bhayat, fears of life. Dharma apparently appears to be very difficult to pursue the path, but Gitacharya once again has given us a secret of Dharmacharana, that it is just like an aushadhi. It is just like taking a bitter medicine. Yes, when children do have some flu or something, when mothers try to make them swallow a spoonful of medicine, we can watch a big episode takes place, at least 4 or 5 people involved into that, and a lot of crying, lot of weeping, lot of this and lot of that, and then chocolates come into the picture, and so much big tamasha goes on to swallow 1 spoon of medicine, as children can recall their childhood. Therefore, just as dharma is also like that. When you want to perform the dharma prescribed to you, it appears to be very difficult. But if you swallow 1 spoon of medicine, even though it is bitter, even though you don't like to do it, but by force also, by being patient, under pressure also, no problem. Once the medicine goes into your stomach, you are, by evening, you are so comfortable, you can play, you can watch TV, you can do anything, you can study, everything. Therefore, the dharma is also in the beginning appears to be a little difficult and bitter and causing some kind of little pain. In fact, that's what yesterday I told you. Even Rama has undergone, a personality like Rama also has undergone the pain of life on account of pursuit of dharma. But similar to the Aushadhi, once it is performed, it will give you perennial happiness. That difficulty is only momentary, and the result of those difficulties of performing dharma will yield you perennial happiness, perennial bliss, and also yashas, and slowly you turn to be godly in yourself. God is nowhere, God is in every living being. According to Hindu faith, God is in every living form of life, small or big, negligible or great. In everywhere, God is there. It is only the case of realizing Him. How to realize Him? By by traveling into the path of Dharma. This is the Dharma is the vehicle, Dharma is the path which leads us to realize ourselves, our divine self. Such is the great message of Ramayana. So we try to understand a little more and try to pick up a few simple principles like Satya Vakya Pratishtha and Ramo Dvirnabhibhashate. I missed the slide yesterday on account of these technical problems. And Rama says, Rama will never say anything twice. Ramo Dvirnabhibhashate. Once he says that I go by evening, by night today to the forest, no force can stop me because I have already told it. He only speaks once, he only uses his arrow once, and he will have only one wife. Ekapatni, only one, and only one word, and only one shara is the what you call the identities of Ramachandra. Therefore, Ramo Dvirna Vivashate. Similarly, yesterday we missed that slide. I could not locate it also once again. Sita attests the love of Rama towards his father. She says expressly. Yesterday we have seen that Sita is beloved to Rama, not on account of he loves Sita, of course he loves, but also because the marriage has been solemnized by his father. Because father has given Sita as his wife, he loves the wife. This statement may sound very odd in the present days, but that is our culture. We are in Dharma Moolam, we are trying to understand our culture. And these small principles, we can always bring them back into our lives. Though we have lost for a while, we can bring them back. This is the intention and this is the purpose of this Dharma Moolam programs instructed by Parama Pujaniya Periyava of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetha. Therefore, Sita attests the fact while talking to Anasuya in later on in Ayodhya Kanda towards the end, Diyamanam natu tada pratijagraha raghava avidnyaya pituschandam Ayodhya Prabho. Actually, he made Shivadhanus break. He was attempting to use it and it has broken into two. It is only accident. He didn't break it as such. It accidentally broken into two. Then immediately, because that is the Virya Shoka. Virya Shoka means whoever lifts the bow and puts it, put the arrow on it and tie the bow string and then put the arrow into that and make it, shoot it from there. Sita will be given to him. This is the Virya Sulka. It is immaterially who does it. But that is a hallmark of his Shaurya and Parakrama, which is called in Sanskrit Virya Sulka. The Sulka means the Kanya. Whenever we bring actual traditional standpoint is that we should give money to Kanya's father, bride's father, and bring Kanya to our house. Nowadays, the story has turned other way around. Our old tradition is that we have to offer some shulka to get the Kanya from some house. And sometimes it is in the form of money, and sometimes it is in Kshatriya families, it is mostly in the form of Virya. Therefore, Sita was also offered as Virya Shulka. And then Janaka offered immediately Sita Mata to Rama and offered her, and then asked him to marry her. A Kshatriya Kumara can do it. Kshatriya Kumara need not wait or seek the permission of anybody to have a wife, especially when he faced the challenge and won satisfied the challenge. Then it is his right to do that. But still Rama hesitated to marry her because unless he comes to know the mind of Dasharatha, he doesn't want to nod his head and accept Sita, even though Janaka has offered her in the presence of Guru Vishwamitra and several other great personalities. It is not anything secret. He waited until Dasharatha arrived on the stage, and when Dasharatha also has satisfied with the relationship, then Rama has accepted Sita to be his wife. This is the kind of Pitrubhakti Rama. And not only Pitrubhakti, we used to have in our custom, in our families, that father's word is something for us, a Vedavakya. We can start our dharmic travel from this at least. Let us start obeying the instructions of mother and father to start with. Somewhere we have to start. Somewhere little we have to start. A little bit progress is to be made by us. That leads us to the next stage. If we don't start anywhere, we cannot reach anywhere. Therefore, studying Ramayana, what we can learn from it is to follow the instructions of parents. Because in the same Ayodhya Kanda, I think today it may come accidentally, Rama says in one place, you see, people are after worshipping the gods of several forms, like Janmashtami, Krishna's pujan, Archan and Naivedyam in the house. You must all have had a big feast today in the name of Krishna, because Krishna ultimately doesn't eat anything and he will give his prasada to us to enjoy. It is God's business is always to give his prasada to us. He doesn't require anything from us. But it becomes prasada by offering to him. And by taking prasada, we will be blessed and we will be benefited. That is the secret of Nivedana. And now, actually we go on next, within 15 days, Ganesh Chaturthi will come once again. 10 days back or 1 week back, Varalakshmi Vratam went on. So how many devatas we are performing and we are worshipping? Rama himself says in the same context which we are discussing now, that we go on performing pujas to various god forms, leaving the living gods in our presence. Who are the living gods? Whom we can touch, whom we can hug, and whom we can play with? That is our parents. Parents are Pratyaksha Devata, Rama attests it. Parents are first Pratyaksha Devata, And the Devata Krishna or Rama or Varalakshmi or Ganesha were never seen. Neither they have taken any Naivedyam offered by us, not even a part of it. Everything has been left to us only as prasada. Still, we run after them, ignoring the directly perceivable, speakable, touchable Daivatam. Rama says this in the same Ayodhya Kanda where we are studying now. There is a sloka specifically for this. Pratyaksha Daivatam. Leaving the Pratyaksha Devatas, we are running after Apratyaksha Paroksha Devatas. It is, he puts in such a way, in a sarcastic way, what should we think about the madness of the people who run after unseen God figures, leaving the seen and the enjoyable God figures in the form of parents. That is the message of Ramayana to all the young and the elders as well, because elders are also failing in their duties nowadays, and youngsters are also failing their duties in towards our parents nowadays. Whatever be the reason, if there is a mind, if there is an attitude, if is a sankalpa, we can correct our course of life. And we can slightly adjust. Okay, totally we may not be able to, we cannot be Shravana Kumara immediately, but at the same time, we can start doing something. This is the course, and this is what we should learn from Ramayana. It is not just a Purana Kalakshepa. Everywhere we have to note down points to be taken home. Okay, whatever is convenient for you today, you start with it. Keep others in reserve, no problem. All of a sudden, one cannot become yogi or one cannot become a great man and all that. Therefore, with this, he says to, Sita says to Anasuya, Diyamanam natutada pratijagraha raghavaha avijnaya pituschandam ayodhyadipatehe prabho. Because he was not aware of Dasharatha's decision, he was hesitating to accept Sita when Sita has been offered after Dhanurbhanga. After arrival of Dasharatha, of course, he married her. This Sita Mata herself tells to Anasuya Mata. Then Priyatu Sita Ramasya Daraha Patikruta iti. Pitrukruta iti. Because the marriage alliance is solemnized by his father, Sita is dearer to him. Dearer to him, not on account of Sita, but on account of father's solemnization of the alliance. We have to underscore a great principle. For a long time, even in our generation, things used to be like that. Slowly now, of course, things are changing. But anyway, let us be aware of our culture and try to go back and adopt our cultural inputs to the extent possible for us. Today, I want to go to the Yavarajya Abhisheka scene. Atharajno babhuvaiva vruddhasya chirajeevinah pritiresha katham ramo raja asyat mai jivati. One fine morning, he thought that when I am alive, I want to see my dear and Jyeshtaputra Rama to be the Yuvaraja. Okay, natural. There is nothing unnatural or surprising fact into that. This is the Kshatriya Parampara. Tam samikshya tada raja yuktam samujitayir gunaihi nischitya sativai sardham yavarajyam amanyata samanaya medinyam pradhanan prithivipatihi. Then he consulted his ministers and expressed his desire. Rajabhisheka of my eldest son Rama. Not only he is eldest, but also samuditair gunaihi, yuktam samuditair gunaihi. You can see he has got all qualities. In fact, extra qualities also because of Vishwamitra's giving him and making him a great warrior, unparalleled warrior, on account of his bestowing all the astras and all the tapasya to Sri Ramachandra. By that time, Sri Ramachandra has become a full-bloomed Kshatriya Kumara. Therefore, it is right time, he thought, and his Samantas, Samantas means those kings, friendly kingdoms, heading the friendly kingdoms, and he invited all of them and consulted all of them. And then note, Valmiki says very carefully, Natu Kekaya Rajanam Janakam va Naradhipaha. He didn't invite two important people for consultation or for the ceremony. One is his own father-in-law Kaikai Raja Ashwapati, and then Janaka Maharaja from Mithila. Tvaraya cha anayamasa paschatau sroshyatah priyam. Let them hear the good news later on. You read the mind of the Dasharatha. That is my point today, to make it very clear. He was in a hurry and he has some secret, and also he has to conceal something. And he says, neither he invited the Kekai Raja, that is father of Kaikeyi, nor with an intention that let them know the news after the ceremony is over. Okay. According to his guess, it is a Shroshyatah Priyam. It will be a pleasurable news for them, because Ashwapati Raja is also a very great king. He never had any idea of Bharata's attaining the kingdom. Neither Kaikeyi, we have studied, we have understood her statements yesterday. Then immediately next day morning he fixed the muhurta. Tam Chandramiva Pushyena Yuktam Dharmabhrutambaram Yavarajye Niyoktasmi Pratah Purusha Pangavam. Today morning he called an assembly, and only one night is in between. The next day morning he was in a great hurry to do the Pattabhisheka of Ramachandra. There is something about his reason for his haste. Let us have patience and understand. Bhavanto menu manyantam kathamba karavanyam. You kindly tell me, how shall I go ahead with performing the Yavarajya Abhisheka? Yadyapyesha mama pritihi hitamanyad vichintyatam. Even though this is my mind, this is my intention, I love to have as Raja, still I leave the floor to you. Hitam anyad vichintyatam. Kindly you also think about what is good for the kingdom, what is good for Ayodhya. You also think. If you have got any other option, kindly come out. I am open. I am receptive of your ideas. Anya madhyastha chintatu vimardabhyadhiko diya. You see, instead of one person thinking and taking decision, it is always good many people join the process of thinking and arriving at a decision. This is one of the principles of management and even the governments that are being run nowadays. Similarly, if the other persons are not directly related with the person, that is much better. Madhyastha chinta. You see, in those days of anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 years back, see how subtle ideas were prevailing and recorded them. Madhyastha chinta, because all of you are Madhyasthas, you are not party of Ayodhya kingdom, because he invited the, what do you call them, Samantas? There is an English word. Therefore, Samanta means the neighboring kingdoms who are friendly to the present kingdom. So, Madhyastha, Anya Madhyastha Chintatu. If a third person, third party thinks about an issue, the result of such thinking will be more objective and more profitable to. Therefore, kindly reveal your mind, he requests them. Okay, then he invites Rama You see, he had 2 meetings with Rama. See how I want to have some beauty of the poem also expressed, because we are Sanskritists, it is our privilege to deal with the text. Jeshthayam asme patnyam sadrishyam sadrishasutah. He says to him, Rama, you are the eldest son of mine in my eldest wife. It's not only the son is eldest, sometimes it may happen that the second wife may give birth to a child first and then the first wife, that is Dharmapatni. But in this case, absolutely clear way. No one can even object, because Kausalya is Jeshta Patni. In my Jeshta Patni, in my eldest wife, first wife, you are the eldest son. Of course, only one son, and you are the eldest son. Tasmatvam pushya yogena yavvarajyam avapnihi. Only this much very obvious reason he told in the first meeting. Tasmatvam pushya yogena yavvara. Tomorrow is Pushya Nakshatra, and in that Pushya Nakshatra, I will make you Yuvaraja, and you receive it. This is an order given. Tasmat putratvam atmanam niyamyevam samachara. The previous night they have to do several rituals and upavasa also. Therefore, he specifically mentioned it. You undergo the all kinds of austerities which are fit to be undergone previous day, because tomorrow is your Pattabhisheka. Swayeva pushyo bhavita swabhishekyastu me sutah. Tomorrow is Pushya Nakshatra, and tomorrow you will be, your Abhisheka will take place. This is the first meeting content. It is an obvious, non-controversial facts only he revealed in the first meeting. Then he returns to his Antahpura. Rama returns to his Antahpura and informs Kausalya as well as Sita about the fact of Dasharatha wants to, by tomorrow morning, make him Yuvaraja. They were all very happy. In between, Vasishtha went to their Antahpura, Rama's Antahpura, and prescribed him what to do, what are the kinds of pujas he has to undergo, and what are the niyamas he has to follow the previous day, and all that elaborately. And in fact, they started arrangements for all that. Within that time, Sumantra has come to call Rama for a second meeting with Rama. Sumantra has come and father is calling you again. Okay. Then Rama went to Dasharatha's Antahpura once again, his own palace once again. Tathantargrahamavisya Raja Dasarathastada. Then he took him to Antargraha. He has taken, Dasharatha took Rama into Antargraha. And then Sutam amantrayamasa Ramam punarhyanaya. You bring Rama once again. Prayena cha nimittanam idrishanam samudbhave. Then Rama comes and takes him to Antargraha, and it is only 1-to-1. Only Dasharatha and Rama were there. Even Sumantra is out. Then he says, I am having a lot of duswapnas. Prayena cha nimittanam idrishanam is a long passage is there. I want to skip everything. I am having so many bad omens in the couple of days in the past. And whenever such omens, bad omens do experienced, the result of it is mostly the king will die, or king will have a big apada, a big difficulty, unsurmountable, and a difficulty which is equivalent to death. Either death or a difficulty that is equivalent to death. Therefore, he says, Tat, because of this, before my mind changes, or before something overtakes me, tad yavadeva me cheto na vimuhyati raghava. Before my mind gets overpowered by any kind of other feeling, or something happens to me, you get your Abhisheka done. Tade tavadeva abhishinchasva chalahi praninam mati. because I may change my own mind also in between. See, he told and nothing has happened in between, and there is no need for him to give this caution. He has not gone to Kaikeyi so far. So before going to Kaikeyi, he called Rama back again. Tavadeva Vishinchaswa Chalahi Praninam. Because I may even myself change my mind. Why should he change his mind? Keep it as a secret in your suspense in your mind. Because he is a Jyeshtha Putra and Jyeshtha Patni. There is no, and he cannot change his mind, rather, according to the tradition of Ikshvakus. Then he says one word very confidently only to Rama. Viproshitascha bharato yavadeva puradita tavadeva abhishekaste praptakalo mato mama. The Bharata who has gone out of Ayodhya, who has gone to his grandfather's place, Kekai Rajya, the Bharata who is out of Ayodhya, before his return to Ayodhya, I want to perform your Abhishek. This much he made very clearly, told Ramachandra. Ramachandra guessed something. Because the Bharata who has gone out, before his arrival, Tavadeva Puradita, Tavadeva, as long during his absence only, I want to do your Abhisheka. Because something is bothering Dasharatha's mind. This is a hint of it. Then, by Dasharatha, then later the story, yesterday we did something and we know what happened. He went to Kaikeyi Antapura. Kaikeyi is not seen in her palace. And then he goes to Kopa, and Manthara informs him that she is in Kopagruha, and then he goes there, and the story is obvious, I will not repeat it. And Rama has been called for a third time there, this time to say that no Abhisheka to you tomorrow, get out. And yesterday we have seen a few slokas, there is no semblance of change in his face. No one was able to read any change in his happiness, and all that we have yesterday started. Now we have to link these. There is one more secret. Everyone knows one thing, that Kaikeyi has been given 2 boons by Dasharatha in Devasura Sangrama. Rama also recalls it, Kaikeyi recalled it, and everyone knows it also, obviously. For good reasons, Kaikeyi did not press those varas. And on her own, she might have not done that also. We know the story, how she has been spoiled. So we have to, this is what we should learn from Ramayana. Our course is what we can learn from Ramayana. Sometimes, even though we are good, our behavior is good, on account of association of bad people and their bad advice, which apparently appears to be very sweet and very comfortable and very good for us, we may get trapped and we lose ourselves and spoil ourselves. This is the lesson we have to learn from Kaikeyi episode. But one great secret, only once it occurs in Ramayana, in Chitrakuta, when Bharata comes, vehemently Ramachandra denies to return back. See, it is a worth scene. Chitrakuta Prakarana, Bharata's arrival to Bharata's departure, there are about a few sargas in between. They are all masterpieces of poetry, masterpieces of dharmic discussions, and masterpieces of arguments. Bharata is a great person. Sometimes I wonder whether Rama is great or Bharata is great. Equal to Rama is in all senses. And he employs so many arguments in 3 tiers. First tier, second tier, and third levels he argues. And at the end, he pleads one peculiar plea. That is, okay, you are not listening to none of my requests. You are elder, I cannot force you to listen to me. But one last request of me. Okay, the father has given me the kingdom. And I am giving now today I am the owner of the kingdom. I am giving this kingdom to you. You come and do the Rajya, and in your place, I will do Vanavasa. This is his last bargaining. Instead of you. Still Rama doesn't yield, even though he understands Bharata, appreciates Bharata, even though he sees great reason that he must concede the request of Bharata, he does not do it for one simple reason, the very great secret reason that he reveals there in the Chitrakuta. Actually, Dasharatha was trying his best to, Dasharatha has been, now I will interesting point, we should note it. He says, while going for alliance with Kaikeyi, as I told you yesterday, he didn't have progeny with the two wives, so he has taken third wife. Of course, Kaikeyi is also very beautiful, very good-looking queen, we are told, and he wants to alliance with Kekai Raja. Then Kekai Raja has asked one condition, that the kingdom should go to the son of Kaikeyi. Dasharatha accepted it. In the beginning, Virya Sulkam, it is Rajya Sulkam. What is the Dasharatha? As I told you in the beginning, that the Varapaksha, the bridegroom people should offer something to the bride's party. It's not today's prevalent custom is not our original custom. Actually, it has become ulta sida. Therefore, Rajya Sulkam Anuttamam. Then he reveals to Bharata why he doesn't want to return. By my coming back to Ayodhya, I will make my father lose his Satya Pratigna. Secret. Because Upapanna Midam Vakyam Yastvameva Mabhashatha. It is only Bharata who can speak like this, and whatever you told is perfectly in order. All your arguments are great, and I should oblige you. Why? Jatah Putro Dasharathat Kaikeyam Rajasatvam. Whose son you are? You are the son of Dasharatha in Mata Kaikeyi. Therefore, it is very much befitting for you to these arguments, to put forth these arguments. But Purabhratah Pita Naha, the father of you and me, O my brother, Mataram te Samudvahan, when he was marrying Kaikeyi, Matamahe Samashroshit, to her father, Matamaha to you, and to her father Kaikeyi Raja Ashwapati, I believe his name is Ashwapati, to him, Rajya Sulkam Anuttamam, kingdom will be given to the progeny. Usually, this is the Kshatriya families, it is the tradition that whenever any king goes for a second, the Kanya Data will ask for the kingdom should go to the son who is to be born to my daughter. This is, we have seen several examples are there. Therefore, there is a secret understanding which only Dasharatha knows, not even Kaikeyi knows. And then Rama himself says, Devasurecha Sangrame Janani Tava Parthiva Samprahusto Dadau Raja Varamara Adita. During Devasa Sangrama, our father has given 2 varas to Kaikeyi. Tatasa Sampratishravya Tava Mata Yasaswari Ayachata Narasreshtam Dvau Varau Varavarnini. She has asked for 2 varas on account of Devasura Sangrama episode only, which is known to Kaikeyi. The secret pact between Dasharatha and Kekai Raja is not known to anybody except only those 2 Rajas. And in the second meeting, I presume Dasharatha has revealed it to Rama, or Rama has got some guess about that. Because he says that Bharata should not return. Because in one sense, apart from Kaikeyi asking, now you analyze the whole, go back to yesterday's lecture of Dasharatha's episode, the entire perception gets changed. Now Dasharatha was about to commit an adharma. Leave alone Kaikeyi asking those two boons or not asking. Dasharatha is bound to make Bharata as a king according to the word he has given to Kekaya Raja. But Dasharatha's love towards Rama has prevailed over his dharmic perception and made him mugdha. He lost his balance of mind with Kaikeyi. He lost his balance of mind with Rama too. On account of too much of love and too much of attachment to Rama, he was, because none knows about it, silently he wants to even forego his own word. That's why Ramachandra, as we have done yesterday, I cannot go back or not, I do not know, I don't want to disturb. You can recall Rama. Of course, in Ayodhya Kanda, it is an elaborate. In the Sarga, it is elaborate. Rama repeatedly tells Dasharatha, no, you be your Satyaprati. Don't lose your word. Because Ikshvaku Kula never went back on their promise. So don't commit that. I am going to forest. Don't worry. In that way, Rama has corrected his own father from falling from dharma. Not only he performed dharma, but also he saw that Dasharatha has not committed any adharma. This is the secret, and until we come to Chitrakuta Prakarana, this sloka is not. Nowhere another reference is there. Only in once from Rama's mouth this is told. Let us see. This is the whole of Rama's Vivasana. It is perfectly valid. Rama has to go to forest. Of course, we know the other fact that he came to the earth. Mahavishnu came to the earth only to go to forest and do something, not to sit in Ayodhya. So there is nothing unnatural if sequence of events went in that fashion, because destiny is also great and dharma has to prevail. Now he goes to Guha. He left and they reached the Ganga, bank of Ganga in Shringiberapura, meets Guha. Guha is a Samanta Raja of Nishadas. Nishadas are a kind of Atavika Raja, that is a forest dwellers, king of small fiefdom of forest dwellers who mainly live on hunting and sometimes by boating and all that. That is one particular caste. Even now that India has got, that India is Varnashrama Dharma. Based on our life is based on Varnashrama Dharma. Even now so many Nishada community people are also there. Their Purva Mula Purusha is Guha. Somebody may also be otherwise. Yatvidam Bhavata, then after Guha receiving them, and Guha came to know the entire story in the presence of Sumantra, and Sumantra was there still. And he came to know, he feels very sorry for the course of events that have taken in Ayodhya. And luckily, Guha is also a friendly kingdom, fiefdom of Ayodhya, ever since Dasharatha's times. And he knows Rama, he heard about, never seen, but heard about Ramachandra. And he makes a lot of arrangements for food and all that for that night. Then Rama says, Yat vidam bhavata kinchit pritya samupakalpitam sarvam tad anujanami nahi varte pratigrehe. He is a Kshatriya. He cannot take anything from anybody. He has to give something to somebody. That is his dharma. He cannot take the gifts. He has to give the gifts, because Raja is always a giver, not a taker. Therefore, you have done elaborate arrangements. I am happy, and I have accepted all your courtesies and all your pleasantries you have done. I have accepted them. but I cannot enjoy as such. Further, he takes he quotes that he is on Vrata that day. Kusha chira janadharam phala moola vidhi pranihitam dharme tapasam vanagocharam. Now I am undergoing a dharmic life during this vanavasa, and I cannot take during dharmic anushtana. One is not expected to take pratigraha and not take food anywhere else than his own home, and especially when I am on the vanavasa, I wish to live upon only phala and some natural something whichever is available in the forest. I want to live on them, but not proper food and all that. Then he says, we have to understand this great aspect of Ramachandra. I am really wonderstruck when I read it first time. Then he pleads, look, Ashwanam Khadanena Aham Arthi. I am Arthi. I am praying you. I am an Arthi. I am asking for. Being a Kshatriya also, I am of course asking you some favor. What is that favor? You feed my horses. See, Ramachandra, on one hand, the great magnanimity of leaving the kingdom without any disturbance whatsoever when he has accepted to be Yuvaraja, when Pita told, and when Pita told that you get out, he has come out. And such a magnanimous and Kshatriya Kumara and the great Veera and the great personality Ramachandra, we know, how can I describe him? My language is just insufficient and falls short of describing him. Then he asks Guha that I plead you to feed my horses. Ashwanam Khadanena, whatever horses feed upon, you provide that feed to my horses. Etavata atra bhavata bhavishyami supujita. I myself think that by feeding them, I feel I am fed by you. You can also feel that you have fed me. Bhavishyami supujita. The reason is not only they are this on one hand, the kind of he shows such a concern for a small non-Kshatriya fiefdom head, Guha Nishada. It seemed to be his friend and ally, and with equal good respect, he gives the place of Lakshmana to him. He says it. You are equal to me, as Lakshmana is dearer to me, you are dearer to me, he says while taking leave of him. And then he not only in the humans which are very low in their stature, but also on animals. No one nowadays, we ourselves do not bother what driver takes care of himself when we are on a tour and engaged a taxi. That is the worst situation we are living in. But we have to learn something from Ramachandra, that whoever accompanies us, let it be horse, let it be something else, we have to take care of every small thing, every small being which is associated with us. Then ete hi daita rajnah pitur dasarathasme eta suvihitairas ashvaihi bhavishyami ahamarchitah. If you make them comfortable for tonight, I will be comfort. It is my comfort if you see them comfortable. Then Sandhya he performed in the Ganges, and then only he took water for the night, that too brought by Lakshmana. Lakshmanena ahrutam swayam. Yo na deva asurai sarvai shakyah prasahitum yudhi. Who is Rama? Put together, Devas and Asuras, even together come to attack Ramachandra, he cannot be beaten. Yo na deva surai sarvaihi shakyah prasahitum yudhi. Put together Devas and Asuras cannot stand before him in the war. Tam pasya sukhasam suptam truneshu sahasitaya. He sat on the bare floor on just by because bare floor is not fit to be slept on. He put some trinas, some grass available on the banks of Ganges, Ganga. He brought some kind of grass and put it on the floor, and Sita and Rama have taken rest for the night on bare floor. This is such incidents. Elaborately, I took only a few slokas. Valmiki makes us break down there itself. Valmiki is a great poet. And then the same scene has disturbed Guha very much. He never expected Rama of that type. He heard something else before Rama's arrival, that he is a great warrior and this and very great, possessing all great qualities and all. But he never expected that he is so dharmic a person. And what he does is when Anushtana, the case of Anushtana comes, he means what he does. Then when after they left to Chitrakuta, and then Bharata approached Guha in search of Rama after a long gap in between. Then Guha narrates this pitiable story to Bharata, and Bharata breaks down there itself. Bharata also touched that land, and he uncontrollably weeps there. Nahyasmabhih pratigrahyam sakhe deyam tu sarvada iti tena vayam sarve anunita mahatmana. The Mahatma Ramachandra has made us satisfied with his reply that we are not to receive anything from anybody because we belong to the Kshatriya Kula. It's only our job is whatever we have to give something to somebody. Just keep quiet, but you cannot receive anything from anybody. Therefore, we can't receive it. This is the reply your brother has given to me. And then Aupavasyam tadakarshit Raghavas sahasitaya tatastu jalaseshena Lakshmanopyakarottara. Lakshmana brought a little amount of water. Part of it has been consumed by Rama and Sita, and they slept. After they are getting into sleep, Lakshmana also took that remaining the water as a prasada, because Lakshmana is a Paramabhakta. He has offered it to his God, and as prasada he has taken the remaining part of water, and he too was has not taken any food or anything. And all through the night Lakshmana keeps awake. And all 14 years, Lakshmana's job is to be alert always. Then the next day morning, Sumantra has returned. Sumantra has left. Sumantra wanted to accompany them. Beautiful passage. I cannot. Rama makes him convince. See, Rama has got great ability of arguing his case. No one can win him. No one can withstand his arguments. He is very clever also. Sumantra he doesn't want to go back to Ayodhya. Then he convinces him, saying that if you don't return, our safe arrival, safe reaching the forest will not be known to Kaikeyi. If it is not known by her, some more problems she may create. Therefore, you return. She may create some more problems to king as well as Kausalya. Therefore, it is one of the reasons he says, you return and tell them that by sea, Raja Dasharatha also will be satisfied that we have reached the Chitrakuta. And if you are also not by his side, because Sumantra is not only a minister, he is just like a elder in the household. He is a close friend to Dasharatha also. There are occasions when he gave piece of advice to Dasharatha and Rama also in the Ramayana. His stature is something different. Of course, the stature of Sutas is always different in Bharat. In our Indian culture, there is also one cultural component. You see, Sharmagaru asked me to deal with culture also. In our culture, there are two subordinate officers which are respected by all the harem and all the kings and queens alike. These two positions are there. One is Sarathi, Suta, and the second is the Antahpura Samrakshaka. Sometimes he is called Kanchuki. And these two characters, neither they are, sometimes they may be Kshatriyas, no need for them to be Kshatriyas. Still, they call the Maharaja Ayushman. They will call him just like a father calls his son, addresses his son. That is the fashion, that much of respect they have given to these two positions, because the life of the king is in their hands. As our life is also in the hands of the driver when we sit in a engaged taxi. That could have been the reason, but in our culture, throughout our dramas, Puranas, this is the case. That's why Partha Sarathi is a great. In the night, first night after Sumantra's departure, then after departure, morning, Sumantra turns back to Ayodhya, and they have crossed the Ganga with the help of Guha. And these are only three in the forest. They sat under one tree by the evening. That evening, they have to take rest under that tree only, nothing else. They have nothing to rest upon. Then you can see how Rama is very weak. This is, see, Valmiki exhibits him in his life as he turns to be an ordinary man and reveals his mind and gets open and then weeps and says what not. Anything that comes to his mind at that moment, freely he outpours. This nature is there in Rama. Kindly remember this episode. In future, we have some benefit of such this episode. It is his nature. I can show you several times it has happened throughout the Ramayana. We have to remember them because there is a great issue later on in the Ramayana. It works like a background for that. Satam vruksham samasadya sandhyam anvasya paschimam. Kindly note, my boys who are eligible to do sandhya vandana, everywhere doing of sandhya. Last passage also we have seen, that is pratah kala sandhya. And this is now Paschima Sandhya. It is evening Sandhya Vandana, and he is very particular to do Sandhya Vandana every day, both the times. Ramo Ramayatam Sreshtaha iti hovacha Lakshmanam. Then addressing Lakshmana, he reveals his mind. Adyayam Prathama Ratrihi Yata Janapatad Bahi. We are outside our kingdom. Our limits of our kingdom are over, and we are out of the bounds of our kingdom, and this is the first night we are spending outside our kingdom as a, what you call, someone without kingdom, like a wanderer. Ya Sumantrena Rahita tam notkantitum argati. Even Sumantra is not around. Until Sumantra was with him, he kept his composure ever since Antahpura scene. For 2 days, completely Rama is different, and now Rama is different. Jagartavya matandribhyam adya prabhuti ratrishu, instruction to Lakshmana. From this moment onwards, every night we have to keep awake the whole night. Why? Yoga kshemau hi sitayaha vartete Lakshmana avaya. Lakshmana, Sita's welfare is dependent in your and my hands. Therefore, we have to keep vigilant, and all through night we have to be vigilant. Satu sambisya medinya maharha sayanochitaha. the person who is habituated to sleep on Hamsatulika talpas, very valuable and diamond decked beds and all that, he slept just on the bare floor, Sambisya Medinyam. Sambisya means having stretched himself. Ima Vyajahara Katha Shubha. He told several stories to Lakshmana. Dhruvamadhya Maharajo Dukkham Swapiti Lakshana. The king may be feeling too bad today. Kritakama tu Kaikeyi Tusta Bhavitumurhati. Kaikeyi must be very happy this night, and Raja should be very deplorable in deplorable condition today. Sahidevi Maharajam Kaikeyi Rajyakarana Apina Chyavaye Pranan Društva Bharatamagatam. After arrival of Bharata, I don't even wonder if she will kill Dasharatha. Rajya Karanat. Sahidevi Maharajam Kaikeyi Rajya Karanat Apina Chyavaye Pranan Društva Bharatamagatam. Idam Yasanamaalokya Rajnyascha Mativibhramam. When I contemplate on the great difficulty in which Dasaratha has been put into, and the kind of loss of Viveka in Dasharatha, when I contemplate on that, I feel Kamayeva Arthadharmabhyam Gariya Niti Me Mati. Indologists may take this sentence out and then make a big hue and cry that Rama has accepted that Kama is greater than Artha and Dharma, because they are very good in picking up out of context meanings. Then we have to see everything in its context. It's not that Ramachandra means the meaning of it, but he says that Kama is greater than Artha and Dharma, I feel today, on account of the circumstances. Then he says one more surprising idea. Look, Lakshmana, how foolish is our father. For the sake of a lady, ko hyavidvan apipuman pramadayah krute. For a lady, sake of a lady, to satisfy a lady, she left me. Tyaje chanda anuvartanam. I am his follower of his orders. I never disobeyed his orders. That is one of my qualifications. Putram, I am his son. Amiva Lakshmana, a son like me, who takes father's words as equal to Vedavachana and follows them. Can any fool other than Dasharatha leave such a son on account of to please a lady? Okay, there is no. You see, we should not read too much meaning into these sentences. That's what I wanted to note today, because he knows what has happened. As I revealed you, Dasharatha knows his dharmic obligation. He has given a word to Kaikai Raja that Bharata will be given the kingdom. And Rama knows it. There is no meaning for Rama to say this. But this is the human nature. Human nature, sometimes, even though we are good scholars, even though we have got a lot of viveka in ourselves, we lose our balance of mind and talk what nonsense sometimes we talk. And Valmiki is very careful in depicting the picture, even in that aspect also. He never gives him only uniform aspect of Rama's dharmic path and dharmic life and all that. That's why in the introduction itself I told you, it's not that Rama has not become the prey for weakness. Yes, he was weak several times during the course of Ramayana, but he contained himself. The greatness lies in him that he has come to again regain his dharmic strength and put those unwanted ideas to the rest. That's what we should learn from Ramayana. To the possible extent in our life, we should do it. putram tato mamiva Lakshmana. Ekohyaham. Then he says one more surprising word. Lakshmana wanted to kill everybody and see the Rama Yuvaraja at that time. And Rama was very balanced. He kept all his composure at that time and restrained Lakshmana. But Rama is no better than Lakshmana, in fact, in his own self. Now it comes out. Let's see. Eko hyaham ayodhyayancha prithvi eko hyaham ayodhyancha prithvim chapi Lakshmana tareyu mishubhi krudhaha nanu virya makaranam. I myself with single-handedly can win over the entire, not only Ayodhya, the entire Prithvi I can win over with only help of my own one single hand. No one need to be by my side. I know that. But nanu virya makaranam. Without a cause, we should not use our parakrama. There must be valid reason to do. I am possessed with so much of valor, so much of divyastras and all that. It doesn't mean that simply we are atomic nuclear competent kingdoms. It's not our job to use them every time or anywhere, and we have got so many nuclear armaments, but only not to use them. Therefore, nanu virya makaranam, without proper and valid grounds, the virya cannot be exhibited. That's why I contained you. And why should he say this? His own attitude is that he could have done that actually. Adharma bhayabhitasya. Why didn't I do that? Adharma bhayabhitasya paralokasya chanagha tena lakshmana nadyaham atmanam abhisheche. For simple reason, I have not made my crowning. The reason is adharma bhayabhitaha. I am always fearful of from only adharma. Whatever is adharma is my bhaya. Other than adharma, there is nothing in the world that makes me feel fearful to me. There is nothing in the world fearful to me except adharma. I am always fearful of adharma, committing an adharma. So adharma bhaya bhitasya. And then paraloka. There is a paraloka. Okay, by committing all sorts of sins, we may flourish in this world, we may earn a lot of money by illegal and invalid ways, and we do all sorts of undesirable and unsocial activities and become a great man, attain several positions and all that, mint a lot of money and all that. Okay, you can have comfortable life in this world, agreed. But for all of them, there is also paraloka. There is one more, there is a paraloka where they have to pay it back. We believe in paraloka. Therefore, if I do adharma today and grab the kingdom from Dasharatha, I could have done that. But what about my paraloka? When I return to my paraloka, how shall I face the punishments there? Therefore, Tena Lakshmana, my dear Lakshmana, this is the reason today I have foregone my crowning ceremony. If I felt that I must be crowned because I am the eldest son and I have got every right for the throne, it is no one's help also not required. I myself could have accomplished it. Oh, lot of these, I selected only a few. And he went on, Karunam Vilapya. He was weeping, he was outpouring all these ideas. But this is not the nature. Even the idea is not befitting to Rama. You should understand one thing. In the last 2-3 slokas, whatever ideas he has expressed expressively from his mouth to Lakshmana, not only to himself, but also outside to his, of course, Lakshmana and Sita was also there. he expressed them by words. In fact, these ideas are also not befitting ideas for Rama's kind of dharmic Purusha Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma, but this is the human weakness. Even though he is a Vigrahavan Dharma, he is also a human. Therefore, the humanness also takes him over now and then, and many times we have got attestations in the Valmiki Ramayana. Ashrapurna Mukho Deenaha. We can't even read these sentences. Rama was weeping and he looked like Deena. Nisitushni Mupavisat. No, not even sleep. He sat silently for the whole night. Then Lakshmana consoles him. Now it is the turn of Lakshmana to show him the right path. In Ayodhya Kanda, when Lakshmana did, you nod your head, I will see what is Dasharatha today here itself. But now, then he controlled him. Now it is the turn of Lakshmana to control him. Naita daupaikam Rama yadidam paritapyase. The kind of grief you are feeling today is not in order, Rama. This is not, it's not befitting for you. Vishadayasi Sitam cha mam chiva. By your showing grief, you are causing greater grief to Sita as well as to me. So contain yourself and pick up your strength of mind and face the future with determination. Shall we go to... See, actually, Sharmagaru wanted me to Rajadharma, Rajasana, and finances and all that. To my great good fortune, the entire Sarga, only one Sarga in Aranyakanda has got abundant information on all those fronts. It is called famous Sarga. It is called, you may be aware of it, it is called Kachit Sarga. Every sentence and part of the sentence starts with Kachit. Kachit means I hope, something like that. Very colloquial word to use. I think something like that. And then Bharata, when he went to Sri Ramachandra, requesting him to take over the reins of Ayodhya, then he, on first seeing him, later on the discussion started. It is not, in fact, even he has not given a note of father's death and all that by the time. Just immediately after seeing him, Rama pours of questions like statements, inquiries. It's not, they are actually not questions. Even though Kim Shabda is there, the Kachit is only a kind of inquiry. He makes several hundreds of inquiries with Bharata on account of his great love for him. After all, Bharata is young, and none of the younger brothers were ready to take the throne, because including Dasharatha, and I feel even Kekai Raja also did not press for Bharata's throne. We have to presume a few things on the basis of what poet has expressly given to us. Even though Kekai Raja asked for the condition and Dasharatha has committed, still Kekai Raja did not prevail on that, because there is no passage which supports that Kekai Raja's will, because Kekai Raja as well as Kaikeyi and the whole world knows who is Rama, how greatly he is qualified for the throne. Therefore, being a very magnanimous king, though at the time of marriage in young age, long decades back, he might have asked for a condition, but later on he got convinced about by seeing Dasharatha's integrity, by seeing the greatness of Rama, by seeing the great qualities of Rama. Maybe Kekai Raja also has convinced that Rama is to be, throne should be to him. Therefore, there is no context in which from their side any disturbance has been caused. It is only Dasharatha's suspicion, because he has given a word, he knows the fact. Therefore, he is suffering within himself, which he cannot express. You see the Dasharatha's critical situation. That's why he is so much confused in the Yavarajya Pattabhisheka context. Therefore, we have understood that properly. And now, just as a piece of one beautiful piece here, it is after Chitrakuta. Tomorrow we will come to Chitrakuta with Kachit Sarga, where all Sarmaji's requirements will be met mostly to the extent possible. And then today we deal with Sita Mata's. We have not remembered Sita ji so far. In the whole course, we have not remembered the Mata. And it's once again, if Rama is great, Sita is greater than Rama. No doubt about that. Therefore, she gives a piece of her advice to Ramachandra when he is proceeding to Dandakaranya. In Chitrakuta, rishis came to him and pleaded him to that this Janasthana is in Dandaka. Janasthana is only a place that is in Dandakaranya, presently Nasik and some parts of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. There, a lot of Rakshasas have acquired, dominated the land there. And the rishis and munis, while they are doing their personal anusthana, they are continuously disturbing their sacrifices. The beginning of Rama's story itself is with this episode of Yajna Samrakshana. Vishwamitra, like a great person, was also remained unprotected in those days on account of the huge power the Rakshasa clan used to wield during that time. What about small guys? If Vishwamitra could not withstand. Okay, the answer is there. Any tapasa can take care of themselves, but at the cost of losing all their tapas. What they are acquiring for the sake of Atma Sakshatkara, all that will be spent out. And then if it is all is spent out, for what sake they are doing the tapasya? Therefore, they cannot curse or they cannot take themselves bows and arrows. It is Raja's dharma, Kshatriya's duty to protect and see the environment, proper environment prevails for all the citizens to perform their own intended obligations. It is Varnashrama dharma, Raja's kartavya. It is the duty of Raja to see that whatever be my social and political and religious obligations or family obligations, family, social and religious obligations, every individual has got a set of them. You are all now in mostly outside India. The concerned governments are also taking care of allowing you and providing you the congenial atmosphere to perform your social, family, social and religious, whatever your cultural duties. If the government is not helpful, you will be suffering and the government will be branded to be bad government. Is it not? Similarly, it is Raja's duty in those days to see that all sections of society live peacefully. And whoever disturbs that equilibrium has to be punished. So in one sense, it is Kshatriya dharma. And they requested him to cleanse the Janasthana. And Rama has already given a word to them. Okay, I take care of Janasthana and clean it. Clean all the Rakshasas. Then Sita got started worrying. She has foreseen. She is greatly intellectual than Rama, I believe. She has seen the future, what is going to happen. Because these Rakshasas are also, not only they don't have any scruples, they are powerful. At the same time, they have got so many tricks, Maya Bala, and so many magic and so many kinds of. It is very difficult for a Kshatriya to face another Kshatriya king, and straight battle is very easy option. But that is not the case with Rakshasas. as we can even we will be witnessing in Ramayana itself, and you are also aware of it. Therefore, Sita Mata has anticipated several difficulties on account of Rama's giving this word to Munis. It is not his duty. All that Sita's mind was, it is now Bharata is the king. Therefore, if at all anything has to be done, it has to be done by Bharata. Why are you unnecessarily poking your nose into these affairs? And what is the purpose of your coming to Vanavasa? To do some Munivritti. You do your Munivritti, you do your Dharma Acharana, and you acquire the merit of Vanavasa and then return to your Ayodhya. In fact, by engaging yourself into these activities of cleaning the Janasthana and facing the Rakshasas and killing them and all that, your Dharmacharana will also be lessened because you are always engaged with the enemies. How can you perform your Dharma? Therefore, reason and reminds Rama in a beautiful passage. The entire Sarga is there, 9th canto, I believe, in Aranyakanda. A few of those slokas I have collected for you. I will quickly go through these. Sutikšnenabhyanujnatam prasthitam raghunandanam hridjaya snigdhaya vacha bhartaramidam abravit. Her words are pleasurable, as such filled with love. Hridjaya snigdhaya vacha bhartaramidam abravit. Adharmantu susukshmena vidhina prapyate mahan. Unknowingly, we will acquire a lot of adharma. Sometimes we do not know we are acquiring adharma. It is in a very subtle way our actions result in acquiring adharma instead of dharma. Adharmam tu susukshmena vidhina prapyate mahan. That we don't even cognize that we are committing adharma. We feel it is a natural course, and in that natural course itself, we will be depositing adharma into our account. Nivruttena cha shakyoyam vyasanat kamajadiha. So from then okay. Trineva vyasananyadya kamajani bhavantyuta. There are only 3. Vyasana means a kind of bad habits, you can call it. Also, Vyasana Shabda has got second meaning, that is dukkha. So, there are only 3 difficulties arising out of kama, out of desire, ichha. Kama means ichha. Kama means desire. They sprout out of desire. 3 difficulties keep coming to the humanity. What is that? What are the 3? Mithya tu paramam. We unknowingly tell lies because of some innate desire for some object or some position or some benefit and all that. We tend to say a mithya. So kamaja vyasana. Kamaja, for all our lies, the root cause is we have an unbecoming desire in our mind. Of this unbecoming desire, we commit a kind of lie or some beating around the bush and all that. Mithya vakyam, the first one, that itself is a very great dismerit. Tasmat gurutarau mubhau. Yeah, in fact, Mithya vakyam is also all right. Even much higher in dismerit are 2 more are there. 2 more things are there which are higher in grade, resulting greatly in committing the adharma. What they 2 put together 3. Other Mithya vakyam is 1, and the other 2 are put together 3. The other 2 are greater in their dismerit than the Mithya Vakya. Mithya Vakya itself is very unmeritorious. These 2 are much more higher in grade. What are they? Paradara abhigamanam Vina Vairam cha Raudrata. You should note this sentence to understand Sita. This Prakarana has got a tremendous bearing for the entire story of Ramayana afterwards, including Sita's behavior. Paradara Bhigamanam, going after others' wives, abducting them and enjoying them and harassing, molesting others' wives. It's not just a lady. She has been married to other person and Paradara Abhigamanam. Abhigamanam means approaching the wife of someone else, like Wali did it. Why he killed Wali is the basis this. Paradara Abhigamanam. Wali can be satisfied, well, Wali can be justified by throwing out Sugriva because Sugriva also did mistake according to him. Whatever, he doesn't know the truth, nobody knows. Okay, let him be under ignorance, no problem. But what caused him to abduct Ruma, wife of Sugriva, and keep with him? This is unpardonable dosha, mistake Wali has committed. So Wali and Ravana are equal in sins, there adharmacharana. Therefore, Rama cannot have friendship with Wali, no option with Wali. However convenient it is for Rama, he has to go to Sugriva. Paradara Abhigamanam, then equal to Paradara Abhigamanam is Vina Vairancha Raudrata. Showing crookedness and angry nature without proper and valid reasons for enmity. Unnecessarily killing someone without any issue. What now terrorists are doing the same. They don't have any issue when they kill anybody. When they plant any bomb, they don't have any issue with the people in the market. They want to kill a few people to make their presence felt, that's all. If you have got an issue with someone and you kill him, to some extent it is pardonable. Not to fully it is pardonable, but to some extent it can be justified because we have got some enmity in between. Then she says, Mithyavakyam nate bhutam na bhavishyati Raghava. You never lied in your life, and you never, there is no possibility of your lying in your entire future life. I know that. Kuto bhilasanam strinam paresham dharmanasam. I don't even expect you to run after the wives of other people or even acquire a second Rajakumari. You don't even, you are an Ekapatni Vrata, I am aware of. He is entitled, Rama as a Kshatriya king is entitled to marry more than one wife as his Dharmapatni. It is valid. It is a Dharma sanction. It is allowed for them. But still Rama has made a personal Dharma further, one step ahead of others, one step ahead of his own father, that he shall have only one wife. That's why Rama is also distinctively great among Kshatriya kings. Therefore, Sita has got full confidence and expresses itself. Kuto abhilasanam strinam. In your case, no one can even think of that you look into other women's with an undesirable look. If at all you see you just like a mata or just like a sister, but not otherwise. Avanasti Manushyendra Nacha Bhutte Kadachana. That doesn't arise in your case. So I am satisfied with two. Then you are showing the third sign. Trutiyam Yadidam Raudram. You are becoming Raudra. You are acquiring all sorts of Astras and Shastras by various munis apart from Vishwamitra. Charabhanga gave a few, Agastya gave a few. Everyone has given you something for requesting you to protect. They are empowering you, and you are not only getting empowerment, but and also exhibiting the Raudra. Paraprana Abhihimsanam. You are about to cause violence to the other beings. Paraprana abhihimsanam. You have already started doing it. So all three, there are three doshas. Mithya, which is lower in grade, let us forget about it. There are two which are equivalent to one equal. Who are those two? One is abducting one's wife and going for a war or killing someone without a valid and proper ground. These two are one equal. Therefore, you can draw the logical conclusion. If Ravana is doshi, what about Rama? Can you draw the conclusion? Sita Mata puts both of them at par. Paradara Bhigamanam Vina Vairincha Rodhrata. Okay, you are not running after the others' wives, I agree, but you are showing the Raudrata without any reason. What did any Rakshasa, did he challenge you? Let them come and challenge you, you kill them. Without their challenging you, what reason you have got to go after them? So you are also equally committing a great mistake in your life. Sita Mata is very shrewd and very greatly fixed Rama in a corner. Trutiyam yadidam raudram paraprana vihimsanam nirvairam kriyate moha. She uses the word moha. You are also deceived by your valor. You are overpowered by your sense of valor, sense of greatness and all that, and doing a Shatru Bhava without calling or without challenging, without being challenged by others. Tachyate samupasthitam. This is one mistake I see in your behavior nowadays. Snehacha, Bahumanacha, Smarayetvam Nasikshaye. I have abundant love for you. I have got immense respect for you. On account of my love and respect for you, I am making you remember the principles, dharmic principles, which you yourself know. I am only trying to make them remembered by you. Smarayetvam, don't think that I am teaching you. Na sikshaye. Beautiful sentence. Bahumanacha Smarayetvam na sikshaye na kathanchana sa karya grihita dhanushatvaya. Taking the arrows and bow into your hand, you should never take such steps. Buddhir vairam vinahantum rakshasan dandakasita. Without being challenged, you cannot kill the rakshasas in the Danda. They are also habituating in their place. Let them lead their life. If they have got Rishis and Rakshasas have got some problem, either they mutually take care of each other, or whoever is Raja, let him intervene and do it. Let them go to Bharata and ask his intervention, or they could have gone to Dasharatha also. Aparadham vinahantum loko veera namamsyate. Without any mistake, without any committing mistake, you cannot kill anybody. You see, these are all great universal truths. Mata says, I neither have time nor the ability to put it in proper English, but aparadham vinahantum loko veera namamsyate. The world will never respect you if you kill anybody without his being a criminal. Kshatriyanam tu veeranam vinayeshu niyatatmanam. The Kshatriya Veeras go to forest. What for? Dhanusha karya metavat artanam abhirakshanam. Why they keep arrow and bow? To protect the weak, but not go after every other being and killing them in a spray. Just like sometimes these episodes keep happening in various countries, and we come across in newspapers, one fellow enters into a school and starts firing, and all young children, 40, 50 of them are died. This is not dharma. Kvacha shastram, kvacha vanam. Kvacha kshatram, kvacha tapah kvacha. See, there is no matching between Shastra and Vana. Vana and Shastra will never match each other. The Kshatriya power and tapas, penance, they do not match each other. And our job now is Vana and tapas. So you should close your Shastras and close your Kshatra Dharma. Vyavidhamidhamasmavihi desha-dharmastu pujyata. You follow the tradition of the place where we are dwelling. It is Janasthana. You follow the rules of the Janasthana and honor them and make friendship with them. Do your job and get out. Dharmadarthah prabhavati, dharmat prabhavate sukham, dharmena labhate sarvam, dharmasaramidam jagat. You know, obviously, this is the one best quotation, oft repeated. Stri chapaladeta dupahrutam me dharmancha vaktum tavakas samartha. Being a lady, I have got some weak mentality to speak to you, and I just made my thoughts loudly. Who can teach you regarding dharma? You know dharma more than anyone knows. Vicharya buddhyatu sahanujena yadrochate tatkuru machire. You also consult Lakshmana. This is my peace of mind. I gave it to you. Discuss, both brothers, discuss it properly and take some action. She anticipated several difficulties. Here I stop today. I will be back within a couple of minutes. You, Sharmagaru and Lalit, may continue.
Question: can you explain more about Sanatana Dharma? Or what is that? And how different it is from general Dharma?
But only thing is, what to mention it is a Sanatana means it is for a very long time it is coming to existence, and we are following it. It is not just a recent Dharma or something. So in that context, they will say it is a Sanatana Dharma. It is not that it is a whatever is the Dharma those days, it is today also is the same. Dharma won't change it. So we are for same Dharma now.
Ramayana is simple in one sense, but with a lot of thought process. Thinking regarding the issues is very in-depth thinking is required.
Right.
Though language-wise it is simple, story-wise it is apparently it is simple. It has got its own complexities. And I will hopefully deal with a lot of information is there. It is required for one 30 days full course in to explain the Sarga, and let us see how best we can deal. Moral principles of governance,
right.
Kingdom, and general social and financial and religious and several. How a king should be, a complete picture. If we can read all the question, okay, this is put there in a question mode to Bharata. Are you doing this? Are you undergoing this? What are you performing this? Something goes on asking him. Through that, he gives a lot of information. But if we go through all of them and discuss all of them, a lot of wisdom of those days can be felt by us. That we keep in reserve for some other day.
Yes, sir. So we'll do that.
काम परिपन्थि कामिनि कामेश्वरि कामपीठमध्यगते कमले कामकले कामकोटि कामाक्षि. Namaskaram everyone. So we are going into the final day, the culmination of the Ramayana prasangas, of the Ramayana classes. So yesterday we had several interesting topics. So we learned about the reason for Rama's Vivasa, why Rama had to go to the forest, how Rama upheld his father's Satya Pratignya, the promise that Dasharatha had made to the Kekaya Raja that Bharata would go to the throne. We looked at the way that Bharata went to Rama. In addition to that, we also looked at Sita Rama Samvada, which was a very interesting point, where Sita tells Rama that he should not harm the Rakshasas, he should not kill the Rakshasas that have not harmed him yet. She tells him that there are 3 flaws to a king. So those are Mithyavachana, Paradara Gamana, and Vina Vairena Raudrata. So false speaking, coveting or wanting the wife of another man, and being aggressive without cause. So Sita Devi tells Rama that these 3 are flaws that he should avoid, and Rama then defends his decision to protect the munis in Dandakaranya and to fulfill his Kshatriya dharma. Another very important thing that we saw yesterday was Rama talking to Lakshmana about his true feelings about the Vanavasa. So until then, we saw that Rama's face did not change when he was sent to the forest, and he was very cool and calm. But when he talks to Lakshmana, we see that he too has relatively strong feelings about going to the forest. The important thing that Guru Garu said was he is human, so he has those feelings, but his divinity comes from the fact that he was able to control that. So those were the topics in a sthula sense, in a general broad sense that were covered yesterday. Today, Guru Garu will be teaching us about Kachit Sarga. So there is one Sarga where Rama asks Bharata if he is ruling the kingdom and behaving properly when Bharata comes to Chitrakuta. So yes, thank you. Namaskar.
त्रिकालतापपापच्यमानां मुक्त्वा मौनं वटविटपिनो मूलतो निष्पतन्ति शम्भोर्भूतिश्चरति भुवने शङ्कराचार्यरूपा. So one of the things that Shastri Garu said yesterday was when they first go to the forest, he sends back Sumantra, the charioteer, and saying that you have to go now and convey this news that we have reached safely. So there also he shows that the duty as the son and the care that he has, that, and also the worry for the kingdom that Kaikeyi should not do anything else as a further damage. And then he also added why the role of the charioteer and the Kanchuki, or the person who is in charge of the Antapura, are very important in our culture. So those 2 points he added. Then the other thing that he said, the very, very beautiful and touching point, was how he talks to Guha, a small, the Nishada Desha king, a small local chief of a fiefdom. So to Guha, he says, he stays the whole night in Upavasa, and both Sita and Rama, and they sleep on a bed of grass. A person who is so used to living in a palace all their life, so he has no. So that was very beautifully explained and a very moving moment. And then the other thing he says, you please feed the horses, make sure the horses are fed. So even for the care for even for non-living creatures, I mean living other animals, non-human beings, the care that Rama shows, that is why in the first it brought back the first as Sarvabhuta Hite Rata. That part was really brought out here. And so those were the other points I wish to add here as to what was mentioned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Namaste.
Good night to all. Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaye Sarvabhaumaya Mangal. Veda Vedanta Vidyaya Meghasyamarmurtaye Pumsam Mohana Rupaya Punya Shlokaya Mangal.